Hi again. I know you just watched a 10-minute video of me talking at you, so I'll keep this unit intro relatively short. Each unit, I'll post an overview video so you know what to expect. This week, you're getting an overview of the legal system and how to navigate legal research. You need to read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 7, as well as the 2 articles I've included in this unit. The articles by Hilliard were written specifically for educators interested in educational law. You're also learning about the history of education from a legal standpoint. It was parents that drove the movement behind educational reform. I think as special educators, it's important to remember this. Parents are the strongest advocates for the children we work with. They are our strongest allies in the services we provide children with disabilities. At one time, children with disabilities were excluded from public schools. In the early 1900s, we moved children out of isolated settings, such as institutions, into segregated settings, such as self-contained units in the public schools. But students with disabilities were still segregated. Brown versus the Board of Education became the first step towards educational rights for children with disabilities. The concept of equal opportunity became applicable not only for students from a minority background, but also students with disabilities. Suddenly, the need to desegregate schools became apparent not only to parents, but also lawmakers. A series of cases through the 1960s, 70s, and 80s paved the way for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act we know and love today. Now, teachers are held accountable for the education of students with disabilities. Students are expected to make progress, and this progress must be documented. This push for progress is also included in the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. State and local education agencies are accountable for student growth. This means the assurance that students are receiving high-quality, scientifically based curricula and interventions. Students with disabilities have the right to highly qualified teachers, just as students without disabilities do. We've reformed the way we address behavioral concerns with special education students and the way we qualify students with learning disabilities. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone into the rights our children now have. We have come a long way. Of course, we can always go further. We can always improve. We should shoot for equity rather than equality. Equity means everyone gets what they need to level the playing field, so success is within reach. By striving for equity, we are striving for fairness. At the end of Unit 1, you'll need to have completed the Internet Scavenger Hunt and introduced yourself to the class via the Blackboard discussion board. This is due July 17th by 11:59 p.m. By the end of Unit 2, you need to respond to 2 of your peers' introductions and completed the first quiz. We also have 3 case briefings due. Samantha will be completing a case briefing for Brown versus Board of Education. Courtney will be completing a case briefing for Pennsylvania Association for Retarded Citizens versus Pennsylvania. And Stephanie will be completing a case briefing for Mills versus Board of Education. You 3 should follow the case briefings link for Unit 2, then find your assigned wiki. Use the template I provided you in the wiki, leaving the headings I've created, while adding your own briefing content. Unit 2's assignments are due by July 20th. Please let me know if you have any questions as you navigate this unit. I'll be checking my email several times a day, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. You can also post your questions in the frequently asked questions section of the discussion board. I will hopefully manage to check this daily. I encourage you to do this as your peers may have similar questions. Also, you are welcome to answer each other's questions in this forum. I really hope you enjoyed this unit.